Hi guys, quick video about this F30. So we all know how much I love these cars. Very, very disappointing reliability from BMW. Literally everything in the cooling system fails. Now by time. So this is 2017, 50,000 kilometers. And we've got the oil filter housing, oil cooler assembly leaking. And basically water will pour out the back of the engine. Now, BMW's always had that slant on the engine and the webbing on the block, which will take an oil leak from here and put it over there. And it'll take coolant from there and it'll come out over there. So what you get on these, and we've made videos about it, this hose is the number one thing that blows up on these cars. I thought, right? But so does this housing. And so does the oil cooler. Now, this car gaslit us because we were about to order a transmission oil cooler. You can't see it here. It's sandwiched behind another cooler. There's 3 coolers here, guys. So on the block, we've got this acoustic foam, right? And after removing the intake manifold, even then, water just pouring out of the car, we couldn't find it till we pulled the foam back here, right? And there's the coolant leak. So unfortunately, by time, if you're gonna get this hose failing, this housing failing, the oil cooler housing, so the oil base housing, oil filter base housing, needs doing as well. Now, it's probably just the seals, but the issue is with the German cars is that the way their plastic warps as well by time. Brilliant engineering. So you've got on this Marley oil cooler, you've got, on the oil cooler, you've got aluminium cooler, and don't forget you've got a cooler here, intercooler in the intake manifold. So I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, really disappointing, especially for the owners. Look, I've seen this since the mid-90s. Like, BMW's always had the cooling system issues, not to mention the oil leaks, but more, the cooling system issues. So we say, oh, this is the worst model ever, but this has been going on for years. It just seems to be a little bit more prevalent in the newer models, but they used to blow the top hoses off on the 328s in the 90s. So there was always these catastrophic cooling system failures. I remember once the 7 Series, it had like 600 Ks on it. It was brand new and it drove into our workshop, and the whole top hose had exploded because the thermostat had ceased or stopped working. But yeah, anyway, that's just a tip. Do the oil cooler seals. If you're doing it yourself, do all these housings, do the little housing, but if you don't want to buy the cooler, give it a go. Just do the seals and see how long it lasts, because I don't know. It's like with the rocker covers, how they warp. So I'm just waiting. I mean, I've heard from an Audi tech already that these fail, but I was telling the mechanics, and this would have to be a really high quality component. You'd hope so. Because you wouldn't want water going into your engine, would you? So the water outlet, this hose, this hose. So we've had these leaking just from this connection, just from that connection, seriously, not very old cars. And then they leak on the block from the O-ring. It literally means you have to replace all those components. And also, they leak from the water pump, which has a variable geometry actuator on it, which I'll zoom in on it. I'll try and zoom in on it. There. That thing. Okay, so you can see it. Have a look at this. Guys. There's the top of the water pump, and there's this actuator thing has. There's only so much owners are willing to do, and the issue is once you start getting these problems, you begin to lose faith in the vehicle. So, you know, is it the mechanic's faults that we don't change every single part on the car at 54,000 Ks on the cooling system? So if you said to me, drive up to Brisbane in this BMW or a 2006 Corolla, I'd take the Corolla, unfortunately. I know it sounds crazy. Otherwise, beautiful cars. Hope that helps.